Well, speaking of Buster Keaton,
Yes. The Butcher Boy.
which is his film debut.
Yes. And it's within a Fatty Arbuckle. Roscoe, quote, Fatty,
Yeah.
unquote,
It
Arbuckle.
is it is weird that it's very 1917 that one of the biggest stars in film is an overweight man named Fatty. That's like what everyone calls him. That's his character name in all the movies.
Yeah. It seems mean.
It does, but it's like I guess it is sort of one of those just like back then it was endearing, I guess.
I don't get the sense that he had a problem with it, but I don't know. I don't know that much about Roscoe Arbuckle, but
Yeah,
also Fatty Arbuckle rolls off the tongue way better. It's a
it does.
classic name.
Yeah. Mean
But
as it
yeah,
may be.
yeah. So this one, I was reading about the immigrant, and I was noticing in this one how I guess a lot of silent, like two real silent comedies at this time were kind of like one thing in the first half and then a whole other thing that's somewhat related in the second half. And that's the case with The Butcher Boy too.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense in a way because comedy sort of works best in like short bursts. And they get all the gags that they can out of one scenario, so they move on to the next one.
It does kind of feel like they're like, all right, we've wrung all the jokes out of this location. We got to go to another place, and then they go to another place and they wring every joke possible out of that place.
And then movie over.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is the first Fatty Arbuckle that we have watched, even though he's been around for a little while.
Is it? I thought we watched a Arbuckle Mabel Normand short previously.
I don't remember.
I believe we have. I don't think this is actually the first that we've seen, but it has also been many months since we've recorded any of those episodes. So
Yeah. Well, it's an early one for sure, and it's tough because I feel like we're not giving the comedy stars their due in a certain way.
well, it's like they made so much stuff that I feel
Yeah.
like just inherently us covering like even if we were to do one of his films every year, we wouldn't even come close to covering the breadth of his filmography.
Yeah.
With like
I would-
Chaplin or Arbuckle or like Mabel Normand or Buster Keaton, like any of these people.
Yeah.
They did
Harold Lloyd we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
We haven't kind of like lost track of Max Sennett. But yeah.
But it's like there's so much stuff that it's like we couldn't possibly even come close to covering
Yeah.
most
And
of it.
slapstick's a little hard to talk about on a podcast too.
It is. We're like, and then he like thing falls out of his pocket again. Ooh, yeah. It's like, oh, great gag when the guy slips on the banana peel.
Yeah. Just watch it. It's funny.
yeah.
It's a good watch.
There are some things that maybe will sound funny by describing them. I mean, the first half of The Butcher Boy takes place in a general store, which is a great place for hijinks. There is a dog powered pepper grinder with the dog on like a hamster wheel that like runs a grinder thing. There's a bunch of sausage links, which I feel like were more of a thing in 1917.
I have yet to see a sausage link in real
Like
life.
like a rope of sausage links. I feel like
Yeah.
it's such a old timey comedy thing that I guess was just a common sight. It's like you go to the store and there's a
Right.
bunch of sausages there, but it's like it's one of those things that's like it's like an anvil. It's like you never see one in real life now. It's like they only exist in like silent comedy shorts and Looney Tunes.
That's true. That's true. And the Looney Tunes are definitely like harkening back to this stuff in a
Yeah,
big way.
big time. Which is another thing which is like kind of cool to see is like I don't know, like seeing how influential some of these things have been. Because I think Looney Tunes was kind of had more of a presence in
our
youth.
lives, certainly. Yeah. I mean, the other question is, and this is impossible to answer fully, is how much of these kind of routines and gags and ideas came from vaudeville and were adapted into early film, and how much were invented by early film. film comedy, I should say, or film variety.
Yeah.
Um, it's unclear, and
I do
because we
think,
haven't been on a stage, we don't really know.
yeah, I mean that's the thing about vaudeville is because it was live and not recorded. Like it's kind of impossible to tell in a lot of instances. But I get the sense that a lot of very early silent film stuff does come from vaudeville, especially considering that there's a lot of crossover in just people.
Yeah,
People who
yeah, and
came
also
from
like
vaudeville.
the earliest Edison stuff was just filmed vaudeville acts, basically.
Yeah. It is interesting to then kind of trace that to be like, oh, and then the gags from now then became like Three Stooges gags in the 30s and 40s, and then those became Looney Tunes gags in like the 50s and 60s.
That's
And
why
then
we're doing the
those
show,
became,
baby.
yeah, it's like but it's, yeah, I don't know, it's cool to see that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, influential people, Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
Already, Buster Keaton and Fatty Arbuckle are like a great comedic duo. Until Keaton kind of strikes out on his own, he's going to be working with Fatty Arbuckle on a lot of stuff. And they kind of form the same kind of, I guess, classic like fat man, skinny man comedy duo that you get with these two guys. You get it with Chaplin and Eric Campbell, who was the waiter in
Right.
The Immigrant. You get Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. You know, classic.
Yeah.
Classic situation.
R2D2C3PO.
Yes.
Another fun old timey thing in this is slidey ladder that goes around the edge of the shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love those.
There's a lot of great just like trick, like stunt, like light stunt work in this. Like
There's a pie fight.
There's a pie fight and a flower fight, and Fatty, the character in the movie, it's weird.
It's weird to refer to him as Fatty, even though that is like
that's his name in the movie.
technically the character's name.
He is constantly like taking like the big knives and the spare pieces of meat that he has and just kind of flinging them in the air so they land perfectly where they need to. I couldn't really tell if it was a jump cut or if he was just doing it. It seemed like he might have actually just been like really proficiently flinging knives, which was fun to watch.
Yeah. I found out there were actually two versions of this. I don't know if the cut is actually any different, but the character names differ depending on which. There was a 1917 release, and then there was it got re-released later, and they changed some of the character names. I don't really know why. But so part of the plot is that Fatty, it's never gonna sound right. Fatty works at the general store in like as the butcher. He's the butcher boy of the title, and he's in love with the daughter of the general manager, whose name is Mr. Grouch. The woman's name is either Amanda or Almondine, based on the version.
Huh.
I think Almondine is a much better character name because it kind of fits with the like food theme.
Right.
Although I guess that would make her full name Almondine Grouch, right?
Well, by the end of the movie, it's Almondine Arbuckle.
True. After the sort of big pie fight, because Buster Keaton comes in and wants to buy molasses, and he eats it off his shoes and causes a pie fight.
Also, from moment one, wearing his like pork pie hat.
Yeah.
His iconic Buster Keaton.
It is
hat.
immediately like, oh, there's Buster Keaton. He's wearing like the hat. He's got it. Fatty's sort of romantic rival for Almondine's affection is either Alum, or the much better named Slim Snavely. Slim Snavely, which is such a good villain name.
Especially as a foil to Fatty.
Yeah, true. It's like he's the opposite. It's the classic sort of mirror image. So after the pie fight, Almondine gets sent away to a boarding school called Miss Teacham's School for Girls. And so then the sort of second half is about Fatty trying to disguise himself in drag so he can go see Almondine, and then Slim Snavely and Buster Keaton also trying to do the same thing.
Buster Keaton playing kind of like the lackey, the henchman in this.
Yeah, he is kind of a henchman. At least in the second half, he is. Their dastardly plan is partially foiled because Luke the dog, who also ran the pepper grinder, sees them and follows them inside the school. There's always it's another just great cartoon thing of like a plot being foiled by a dog.
And I mean, speaking of cartoons, you know, eventually, Slim is made. He's revealed as a guy who is in drag, who's trying to sneak his way into an all girls school, and there is another sort of cartoony style chase between actually like really good like screen space established between this hallway in the middle and 6 different rooms that they're just kind of running between. It's a classic kind of Scooby-Doo style gag, but it's a little less fantastical and a little more
it's not
grounded
quite,
in.
it's like they're actually running into different rooms. It's not the thing
Yeah.
of like they're just going into a door and coming out a different door.
Yeah. But they use they keep cutting back to the hallway, so you keep like a really good idea of where everything is, which I thought
That
was
is
well
true,
done.
and they maintain screen direction really well, so it keeps it is very easy to follow where all the characters are and what's going on, even as it's very chaotic. There's a pillow fight. Miss Teachum pulls out a gun and sort of captures Slim and his cronies, and threatens them with her gun. Another thing that's just we're like, it's 1917 for you.
Everybody's just whipping out guns at each other.
I have a joke written down here that I don't know if it should go into the podcast or not. Which is, I think this movie is the reason J.K. Rowling is a TERF.
Ooh. This is J.K. Rowling's nightmare.
Yeah,
This movie.
I think J.K. Rowling saw this movie, and that is the reason why she is a TERF.
It's all innocent. It's all innocent. Do you have anything else on the Butcher Boy?
No, it's funny. It's very silly, very cartoony.
Funny. Yeah.
I'm excited to see where Buster goes from here, because I know his later stuff is really good. I have not seen much of Buster Keaton's
Oh no.
stuff, so I'm greatly looking forward to it.
Sherlock Jr. is tight. The
Yeah,
movie's great.
haven't seen it.